Hello everybody, my name is Spencer, and today it's League Mechanics Time 101, and today we have a really stupidly simple one, to be honest. It's dodging! It's a really important mechanic. It's one of the lesser important mechanics, but it's very useful, because in lane, you never want to be taking free damage, you know? I mean, most damage isn't free. But when I say free damage, I mean they damage you and you don't return any of that damage, so they gain a little bit of lane dominance and a little bit of an advantage in the fact that they can go ham on you more easily than you can go ham on them. So the best way to not take free damage is dodge. Just dodge a couple of skill shots. Nidalee in your lane fires a big ass spear to your face, full AP Nidalee. That's gonna do a lot of damage. Move out of the way. Don't move back though. Move left or right. Problem solved. I mean, like, I don't know how hard it is to explain, so we'll try. I mean, it's not impossible. The best thing to do would be move left or right. Now, if you're running away and you don't want to, juke back towards them. So, say you're running from a LeBlanc and she throws an ethereal chain to your face. You don't want to juke back towards her. You want to juke diagonally left or right in the same direction you were going. So just try and move diagonally left or right. That's a handy tip, because if you do end up moving back, then she can get in range for some other spells like Ignite. And then you die. Let's see. It's really not impossible. If you're in lane against someone like Ezreal, try to keep a wall of minions between you and him. That's also quite a simple tip. These are just little tips for dodging, because realistically dodging is just moving out of the way. But let's say you're in a lane against Ezreal and Blitz. What you want to do is imagine a straight line between you and Ezreal, or you and Blitzcrank. Just imagine that straight line, and then make sure there's always something in the way of that line, you know? So when Ezreal goes round to the top of the lane, you move towards the bottom of the lane so that the minions are right in the middle of that line. And since everything's in that line, he's not going to be able to do anything because it's Ezreal and his Q stops at the first thing it hits. Same with Nidalee. If you're in a lane with Nidalee, try and keep something between you and Nidalee, because that way you'll never have to dodge, because they never get the opportunity to throw that deadly ass spear at you and chunk you down a huge amount. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, there are some skill shots that you'll have to dodge more advancedly, like Ezreal's ultimate. You are probably going to have to flash out of that. And you can do that, and the best thing for dodging skill shots like that, or just dodging skill shots in general, is be aware. Be very aware that at any moment soon, a skill shot could come your way. And if you're prepared, if you're in that mental state of awareness, if you're like, okay, I'm really low health, I know there's an Ezreal in this game, I have flash up, or I have my gap closer up, I'm just gonna be ready. And then you hear that Ezreal ult fly through and you flash out of the way. It's like, yeah, what now, bitch? And I think the crucial thing is that state of awareness, because a lot of people go in lane, and between auto-attacking minions, they strafe left and right, or up and down, or wherever. They just move around erratically so as to make it harder to hit them with skill shots. And while this works fine, a lot of the time you just kind of go on autopilot. You're like, well, I'm moving around, they can't hit me with skill shots, and then bam, you know, a well-aimed Ezreal Q hits you in the balls, and you're like, damn, my damage. So you never really want to go in that autopilot mode. Just kind of be aware that a skill shot could hit you very soon. And I think that's the best tip I can give you, is that you have to be in that constant state of awakeness, that, like, just pay attention. Just think, okay, I'm really low health, or there's no minions between me and Ezreal. Skill shot's probably coming. I want to juke out of it. Because a lot of the time, you can overreact and juke out, or juke back into it by accident. Just be aware. Think about your actions, not what's happening. Think about your actions. Think moving out of the way. And that's pretty much all I can tell you about dodging. I mean, it's not that hard. I hope it helped a little bit. Just remember the tips. Just think about what's going to happen. And I'll see you next week. Bye.